So we talk about personality development, or we were discussing before
Sure.
we head for this podcast that
Yeah.
stress gets woven into our personalities over time, right?
Absolutely.
And especially the unresolved stress, somehow affects our personalities,
Sure.
and in future affects our relationships, our whole persona, and the way we perceive life,
Absolutely.
and the overall life performance as
Sure.
well.
Yeah.
So what do you think about that? Does unresolved stress also plays a very contributing role in developing a personality?
Absolutely. Actually, see, we have people have different personality styles. Some of us, if there is unresolved stress, see, first of all, stress is being caused because of some issue that is bothering us, right? It could be a relationship challenge, it could be a professional challenge, right? It could be a challenge or a issue about our own self as well. Let's say I don't see myself being very confident or beautiful or anything. It could be a self challenge as well, right? That how I look at my own life or my own self.
Self-worth.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So it's, first of all, stress is caused by a issue that you're not able to resolve emotionally, and that is what is causing stress. That is one. Now, if we do not resolve this stress and we're not taking help or we're not finding a solution to it, it will keep on piling up, right? It will keep on increasing day by day. Now I see two type of problems that starts happening. In fact, three types of problems. One is that slowly people start going into depression because of that, because the stress is so high, or it has now become to that level that they don't feel like speaking to anybody. The work is getting affected. They're not wanting to get up in the morning, right? They're not feeling energetic to be productive or do something, right?
So they go into a shell.
Absolutely. Yeah, going into the shell is one side. The second I see is anxiety, over anxious, very reactive. Now that's also impacting relationships, right? So very reactive on every small thing, getting triggered on every small thing. And anxiety starts even impacting the body. See, all the palpitations, or we feel a high BP also is a sign of anxiety. Yeah, so all that starts to happen.
And digestive system.
Absolutely. Yeah. The first
directly
sign
gets-
that we see of anxiety or depression is that there are headaches, there is migraine, right? We feel that, sometimes somebody starts to rationalize that it runs in my family. No.
that happens.
Yes, but it is happening because of something. Why has it got triggered? Even if, let's say, you're more prone to a headache, but it has got triggered because of something, yeah? Or even the digestive system. We feel that, maybe I would have had something wrong or whatever. Or yeah, these days everybody is having digestion challenges. But no, right? It is the digestion, or our stomach is absolutely connected to the stress. Yeah, so we need to catch, first of all, the early signs that it is really piling up and it has started impacting, or our body has started giving us signs, which we actually call psychosomatic signs that we get of disturbed mental health or stress. Yeah, so this is what final is the cause that we are there is anxiety that crops up, or people start going in shell if they've not resolved their challenges.
So which means you say that there are two types of personalities, which is coming out of unresolved stress. One is that a person goes into a shell, and the other is to the other extreme. They end up being hypersensitive or anxious,
Reactive.
Yes, all right. So now we talk about, so we've called this segment as the invisible wall, which is stigma, right?
Okay.
Which is there right in front of us, but we don't see it.
Yeah.
It's in almost all the families. So Dr. Aastha, vulnerability is often seen as a weakness or as a failure in families or in workplaces or in friendships or relationships. How can we rewrite this narrative so that, vulnerability or sharing or talking about your emotion is not taken or perceived as a weak person, or shows that you are moving towards failure. So how can we change that narrative?
It's very simple. If the way we accepted emotions, that we say that everybody should have emotions, or if we are humans, we obviously will have emotions, and if we have emotions, we have to be vulnerable sometime. Yeah, so the vulnerability comes from emotions only. If there's somebody who's completely emotionless, then the person would not be vulnerable. So if we have accepted, or we want a person to be emotional, then how can we not accept vulnerability? Yes, right? So that is a very simple way. So if we have accepted that we are not machines, we are human beings, obviously human beings, we would have emotions, and we would be vulnerable about something or the other, right? Not every personality is vulnerable about, everything. A small example, that some personalities are very vulnerable to be alone, to be lonely, right? Some personalities are vulnerable about trust factors. So everybody has different areas where they might be vulnerable. That's about it. Yeah.
So vulnerable, when I say, Dr. Asta, I meant, people sharing, people talking about it.
Yeah.
But you said that today, in this time, in this era, mental health has been accepted, and people are more and more, the newer generation,
Absolutely.
the younger generation, they have started talking about it and have accepted how mental health is all about.
Sure.
But we still see that, being vulnerable, or talking about is a quality of a weak person, and not a quality of a successful person. So in that manner, if you
Context.
can, yes,
Absolutely.
yes,
Yeah. So yes, I do agree that parents, for example, they have to have a higher acceptance towards the vulnerability, because see, it's unfortunate that when we have very high expectations from our children, right, or we want children to be perfect. Now if that one acceptance comes in, that it is about shaping the child, right? It is not that you would have a child or any human being who comes with a perfection and no vulnerabilities. It's about shaping, right? So as long as every human being knows that what are my vulnerability areas, what are my trigger areas, right, and how do I work on that, that is what is needed. So if parents or anybody, families, in relationships as well, among spouses, we always, I see that two people who come together are opposite personalities. So if we just understand that what is the emotional vulnerability of one person, and how do I help that person in that, because I am stronger in the other area, yeah, it would always help. Yeah. So I feel acceptance is the most important thing to bring in ourselves, to be able to and not striving for perfection in human beings. Yeah.